Alrighty guys, in today's video, it is a special day because one, we hit 81 subscribers. We might even hit 100 by the end of the year, man. That was our goal. We almost got it, guys. And please like and subscribe. Really helps out. And if you do that, you help us get to our goal of 100 subs. So, and then I'll have a big celebration at the end of the year. But anyways, today we're going to be going over my first ever Godzilla toy ever, Anguirus 2004 from Godzilla Final Wars. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the tag, which this figure, I got this guy when I was very little, when I didn't even know what Godzilla was. So I cut off the tags and threw them away because I didn't even know this was Godzilla 1. And then obviously I wouldn't know to keep the tags. But that's for most figures I got during this time. But maybe one day I'll get my little cousin I'll get his Anguirus tag. But so for the tag part, I don't know how we'll improvise. I think we'll just try to skip it, but I'll just describe what the tag looks like, because I know what it looks like, but I just don't have it. So it's an image of Anguirus looking this way, and then there's fire, and it says Anguirus, and then the inside also looks has that image, but black and white. And then the back is cut out to Anguirus' spiky back, and it says Godzilla Final Wars, and then Bandai Movie Monster Series, and then we'll just leave the tag up. But yeah, I think that was pretty good improvising. So without further ado, let's get into the figure's detail. Starting off with the head, which this figure I think has very nice detail, but not so good of paint. But this is also one of the earlier Bandai toys, I think. But let's just get into it. The tongue has very nice. The tongue has very nice detail. Same thing with the bottom and top of the teeth or roof of his mouth, and the horn and nose and skin are very nicely detailed. Same thing with the eyes and the mad looking the mad looking face that Anguirus has, or at least I think it looks mad. But again, these little spikes I think also have very nice detail because of all the little grooves. And in the neck and the bottom of the mouth, there is very nice detail. But moving into his carapace or spiky back, Anguirus has not very nice detail actually. Because I mean, this probably took. Actually, no, take that back. But this looks very nice. It looks sharp. If you don't have the figure, if you think it's sharp, it's not really sharp. It feels actually kind of good if you rub it on you, but I use this guy when I go to Ohio as a dog, Comer. But I think Anguirus from Singular Point works a bit better, but he's a bit too spiky. But yeah, let's get into the belly of Anguirus. It looks very nice, all the little patterning of the skin. Same thing with the legs. I think the detailing is very nice, with the toenails and the little spikes out of the side of his legs, and the back hind legs look very nice. And the bottom of the tail has detail, which is very nice. Same thing with the top, all the little skin texturing. And at the end of the tail, there's very nice detail with all the little spikes and the detail moving into the top. So all in all, I think 10 solid stars in terms of detail for Angie. But without further ado, let's get into size comparisons. Godzilla Ultimate Atomic Breath version. Manda 2004. Anguirus 2021. Godzilla 1955 Glow in the Dark Super 7. And finally, who should I pick? Oh, okay. The Bandai Gemstone Megalon. And yeah, this guy brings me back to nostalgia because this guy's literally my first ever Godzilla toy. I was thinking of reviewing this guy on my channel's 1 year anniversary, but I couldn't wait until then because I have a lot of toy videos coming up, so like maybe Gatling Gun Gigan, Super Godzilla, the Giant Condor, the Mini Godzilla Burst, Anguirus with Heisei Mothra and Chakras, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's all stuff I'm going to be reviewing because I got them for Christmas. But those won't come out until like Christmas. But yeah. So I just wanted to review him now because also like this guy's just too cool to pass up, and I already did my other anguirus before this guy, so that's a bit annoying. And that video came out a while ago, like I think 2 months, but 2 months or 1 month, or maybe even longer. But without further ado, let's get into articulation. The arm or legs, should I say, move all the way around the front legs and the back legs. I think the back legs have an easier swivel, or at least on mine they are, because both of them are really tight because I don't really move them around a lot, which is good. And the head of anguirus moves all the way around. But no articulation in the tail. And I think, wait, let me see. Oh yeah, that's sort of weird. At the bottom of the tail, it usually would say like, for like the 2004 to be like, because I think this is a reused mold, but they just changed the paint up a bit. That's weird. But yeah, all in all, I think 10 solid stars in terms of articulation, because both the legs can move. But also the head can move, which anguirus from Singular Point can't even say that. But that's what makes sense because of the way his neck is shaped. So I think it would look weird if he had articulation there. But without further ado, let's get into paint, which this figure doesn't have a lot of paint. And surprisingly, the paint that's on this guy hasn't chipped off a lot, so that's very neat. But we got some white on the teeth and the nose horn. And the eyes are white, but the, wait, I need to look it up close. And the pupils are black, and then the outside of the pupils is red, and then white. And then the whole underbelly of anguirus and the top and some parts is gray. The feet nails are colored this yellow. Same thing with the back feet nails, and then no paint on the tail except the gray. But the top of anguirus's carapace is this like yellowish brown, and same thing with the top of his horn spikes. Here, hold up, guys. I will be right back. Alright, guys. Sorry about that, but yeah. Again, this guy brings me back. I have had so much fun with this guy. This was a fun video to make because, again, this guy was like my first ever Godzilla toy, so it's very nice I finally got to review this guy. But yeah, again, also, guys, thank you for 81 subscribers. We're so close to hitting that 100, like I said at the beginning, so please like and subscribe. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today's video. I know this, since this guy was my first, I'll try to make this video 10 minutes. So I'll try to go on and on about this guy. And since he was my first, I'll talk about how I got into Godzilla, which I honestly don't really know how I got into it, but I think I have an idea of it. So I collected like random toys and maybe some dinosaurs. Like that's how I got this anguirus. And then I looked into it. Like I always knew who Godzilla was, I think, but like I looked into him more, and then I realized this wasn't like just some dinosaur. It was this guy called Godzilla. And then on one day, I like played with him for a while, and I liked Godzilla for like 2 days, and then I stopped. And then one time I had to play it over with my friend a while ago, and I was digging out toys, and then I found all my Godzilla toys, and then I played with them, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna get back into this. So pretty sure that's how I got into Godzilla. So yeah, that is my origin story. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Again, everything on this guy is 10 solid stars because also he's my first. But yeah, that is it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. This video will be shorter than 10 minutes. The next one, because he's like not that big, I think. But the glow in the dark Super 7 Godzilla 1955.